Ferrari has made a daring move ahead of the 2025 Bahrain Grand Prix, unveiling a package of updates that could be a game-changer in their season. With Charles Leclerc dropping subtle cues and Lewis Hamilton showing signs of discomfort, the big question remains: have these upgrades made a real difference? Arriving at Bahrain under pressure following a disappointing start to the season, Ferrari has rolled out its first significant update to the SF25. Unlike minor tweaks, this overhaul is a calculated rework of essential components aimed at solving the deeper issues that have plagued the car's consistency and pace. At the core of this development lies a complete reconfiguration of the car's floor design. Ferrari has restructured the floor fences, those vertical elements crucial to managing airflow beneath the chassis. In addition, the edges and body shape of the floor have been refined to optimize airflow toward the rear diffuser. The objective? To improve stability, especially in high-speed corners where the SF25 has proven twitchy, most noticeably under Hamilton's control. But the modifications don't stop there. The diffuser itself has been revamped to better complement the new floor structure. On top of that, a small but potentially vital winglet has been added to the rear wing pillar. Though minor in size, this piece could enhance aerodynamic efficiency, an area where Ferrari has trailed rivals like McLaren and Red Bull. The urgency behind these changes is evident. Ferrari currently sits fourth in the constructors' standings, trailing McLaren by 76 points. These aren't just technical updates, they're a statement of intent. Ferrari refuses to throw in the towel. Yet, there's more to this update than meets the eye. A hidden goal behind these changes is to enable the SF25 to run at a lower ride height without risking penalties. After Hamilton's disqualification in China due to excessive plank wear, Ferrari knew it had to find a solution within the limits of FIA regulations. Interestingly, the timing of these updates has sparked debate. Though some believe it's a response to poor results, insiders maintain this plan had long been in the works. Still, doubts linger. Was it external pressure? Did Hamilton demand faster action? Or was Ferrari simply out of time to delay further? Regardless, what's clear is this isn't symbolic. It's a vital step in a fight to salvage the season. If this technical gamble doesn't pay off, Ferrari risks more than just losing ground. It risks losing control of its story. Are these upgrades substantial enough to catch up with McLaren, Red Bull, and Mercedes? Or are they a desperate facelift for a car that remains fundamentally flawed? Hamilton has been one of the most vocal critics of the SF25. Since the opening rounds of 2025, he hasn't shied away from pointing out the car's shortcomings. During the Japanese Grand Prix, he bluntly noted performance inconsistencies, making many in the paddock wonder if he was singling out a specific flaw affecting his ability to extract peak performance. Following Japan, anticipation built around the Bahrain updates. Hamilton, seemingly out of sync with the car, made it known that he hoped these changes would be the turning point. His quote, "We've got new floors this weekend, so it should be gone," reflected optimism. Yet, when the Bahrain weekend finally arrived, his tone shifted. In the pre-race press conference, Hamilton struck a noticeably more reserved tone. "Don't expect anything at all. Just watch and enjoy. We're working as hard as we can. That's all I can say." This more measured approach raised eyebrows. Was Ferrari trying to temper public criticism? Or had there been a behind-the-scenes understanding between driver and team? Hamilton's toned-down rhetoric fueled speculation of internal tension. The driver-team dynamic is always delicate, and the contrast between his earlier statements and current messaging suggests some behind-the-scenes recalibration, possibly influenced by internal team politics or an effort to maintain a unified public image. However, after Friday's practice sessions in Bahrain, Hamilton hinted at some progress. In interviews, he acknowledged the updates were definitely working and praised the team's effort. "It's good to see we're making strides. We're trying to get more out of it," he said. But despite this cautious optimism, his performance on track told a different story. He finished the second session in 8th, over a second off Oscar Piastri's top time. Clear evidence that Ferrari still has ground to cover. Hamilton's shift in tone, from cautiously hopeful to quietly frustrated, highlights the ongoing complexity of Ferrari's situation. The SF25 might be improving, but the chasm between it and the top-tier teams remains wide. The update is a step forward, not a miracle cure. While Hamilton's reaction was layered with restraint, Leclerc took a more grounded and direct stance. Hopeful but realistic, he made it clear that expectations should remain measured. Speaking to Belgian journalist Gaëtan Vigneron, he remarked, "We have some new parts on the car, so I hope they will help us close the gap to the McLarens and Max. After that, I'm not sure it'll take us to their level, but it should help us push them a little harder." His message was straightforward and grounded in reality. These updates, while essential, don't guarantee a revolution in performance. Leclerc wasn't banking on a miraculous leap, but was aiming for a more competitive edge in the battle for podiums. As practice progressed, Leclerc's realism sharpened further. Post-practice, the Monégasque driver admitted, "We're simply not fast enough. McLaren is on another planet right now. It's frustrating, but that's the reality. It motivates me to push harder, but they're incredibly quick." This honesty highlighted the persistent performance gap between Ferrari and the frontrunners. McLaren's rapid pace remains a benchmark, and Leclerc knows closing that distance won't happen overnight. Despite the new upgrades aiming to stabilize the SF25, the overall pace remains an issue Ferrari can't afford to ignore. His statement about McLaren being on another planet illustrates the mountain Ferrari still has to climb. It's not just about small improvements. It's about catching up with a team that currently appears untouchable. Still, Leclerc doesn't sound defeated. Instead, there's a burning motivation in his words. Though Ferrari hasn't caught up yet, his focus is on minimizing the gap and capitalizing on any chance to challenge for better results. This contrast between Hamilton's cautious pragmatism and Leclerc's pointed realism reveals a lot. Hamilton remains wary but hopeful, whereas Leclerc is crystal clear. Progress has been made, but the road ahead is long and steep. Ferrari's efforts in Bahrain represent more than a mid-season update. Sitting 76 points behind McLaren in the constructors' standings, the team finds itself in a critical juncture. Despite flashes of brilliance, like Leclerc's fourth in Japan and Hamilton's sprint win in China, those moments haven't been enough to mount a genuine title challenge. The Bahrain update could be the first critical pivot in the team's campaign. But with each passing race, time is becoming Ferrari's biggest adversary. While competitors like Red Bull and McLaren continue to develop at full speed, Ferrari must ensure that these changes do more than just tread water. There's also a broader dilemma looming. Should Ferrari keep pouring resources into the SF25 this season, or should they start focusing on the 2026 car under the new regulations? If the current upgrades don't yield competitive results soon, a shift in strategy might become inevitable. Deputy Team Principal Jerome D'Ambrosio summed it up best when he said that every 0.01 second gain counts. But Ferrari's mission goes beyond lap times. They need to balance present performance with future readiness. Rushing changes could backfire, while slow progress could waste their 2025 campaign entirely. Morale within the team is another critical factor. Hamilton's change in tone and Leclerc's frank assessments reflect a squad under pressure. If results don't improve soon, internal confidence could erode, impacting everything from development to race strategy. Ferrari's challenge isn't purely technical. It's also mental and strategic. Do they double down on 2025 or start thinking about 2026? Every decision made in the next few weeks could reshape their trajectory. They simply cannot afford missteps like the one in Australia, where the car failed to perform under altitude and wear-related issues. Another error of that magnitude might prompt Ferrari to completely rethink their approach to the rest of the season. The Bahrain Grand Prix may well be the defining moment of Ferrari's 2025 campaign. The focus isn't just on whether the updates work, but whether they can genuinely shift the balance in the championship. Ferrari now finds itself at a crossroads, burdened by unmet expectations but energized by a desire to fight back. The new upgrades have clearly brought progress, but they haven't yet unlocked the SF25's full potential. Hamilton's careful optimism and Leclerc's blunt realism echo the internal debate. Can they realistically catch up, or is this still a development phase? One thing is certain, Ferrari needs more than upgrades. It needs a revamped development philosophy if it hopes to challenge for titles again. The next few races will test their adaptability, engineering prowess, and strategic clarity. So what do you think? Can Ferrari still close the gap on McLaren and Red Bull, or is it too late to chase the 2025 championship? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what you think. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest developments in the F1 world. Share this video with your fellow fans, because in this season, every race counts.